Good evening, everybody. Thank y'all for tuning in for another episode, Keeping Up with King of the Deep. And I tell you what, it's going to be hard to keep up with us right now. We are going hard. We have just come off an unbelievably awesome weekend. Great weather, great attendance, great racing, great everything. I mean, we had not found out just yet what the actual amount raised is, but we had a great time this weekend, and I know that there's going to be a good result from that. So yes. Thank y'all to everybody for tuning in. I'm Steve. This is Katie. If you don't already know us, hey, what's going on, guys? Y'all comment, let us know you're here. What's going on, Dan? But just an unbelievable weekend, and there's just so much to cover that the live was the easiest way to do it. So y'all please share this video. That way everybody does see it and everybody does know about what's going on. We've got a lot to go over tonight. And let me start out by saying thank you to our sponsors at King of the Deep. 2025 has been an unbelievable year. We added a couple of events on, but we can always add more sponsors if there's anybody out there that would like to come on and that we can help promote your business, and let us know. So
everybody up there on the screen is part of our team this year, and we really couldn't do it without you. But first, we're going to talk about the event that we just came off of, which was the Ride for Autism event at Top Trails in Talladega. Hey, Jamie. And that was such a fun event. It was actually supposed to happen back in March, but due to inclement weather, it got rescheduled and pushed to this summer. And so we just came back from that. It was a lot of fun. The crowd, I mean, it was a huge crowd. They've raised, I think we're hoping to get the total numbers for what they were able to donate from the park in the next day or two. But we're really excited about that. We did a lot of fun stuff there. We had the little kids bounty hole. And so that was a lot of fun. Here's little Paisley Glass.
Paisley Glass representing. She was 6 years old, you guys, and she went in that single cylinder class on that big Sportsman. And she stayed on it and stayed on it and stayed on it. Their dad was behind her having a good time, enjoying watching her.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. So anyway, she got, I think she got second place in her little class. So that was pretty, the little ones always seem to like float further. I don't know. That was a really sticky hole right there. So you can see it was pretty messy.
The Miller girl got first place in the single cylinder class.
And so then we had the hill climb, and that was a lot of fun. We did like $8,000 in payouts for the hill climb. It was a huge crowd. We did one there for New Year's, but this happened to coincide with a lot of people's schedules, I think, a little bit better. And so there was a good turnout for racers, good turnout for spectators. And you can see the place was packed. We had We had a lot of good racing. We had the bouncers all the way down to the stock UTVs, the turbos and the pros. Yep. And we had a couple of rollovers and flips, but everybody was safe. Everybody was took their safety rules seriously, and no issues other than just, flipping some bikes over, and everybody walked away just fine.
It was very exciting, and the racers really put on a great show. Even the kids, we had two little mini mutters, which that was Bentley and Tinsley, and they had a good time. Bentley made it all the way through on his second pull, so we always like to see the kids make it all the way through, and it was a good time. And that started out on Saturday morning early, and we had a full day of entertainment and racing. So from there, we went to the hill climb, and Saturday, I want to tell you, it was a packed house, and the guys that were racing put on a show. It was unbelievable. The amount of people we had, especially in our turbo
and the pro classes.
It was just, you guys did a great job, and no race is ever perfect, especially when we are set up like that at Five Hills. And, there's always going to be something we can get better, we can improve on. So there's a couple of notes on the whiteboard that we're going to do a little different next time. But, man, what a great day.
Yeah.
What a great turnout. And $8,000 in cash went home with the hill climb racers. Mm-hmm. So what a good day for everybody. Everybody went home safe. Nobody went home in the ambulance. And there's a couple of people that are going to need to make some repairs. I know one guy flipped all the way over. His roof was smashed up like a Tic Tac can.
Colton maybe was his name. That was this one. Oh wait, I'm sorry. Hang on.
Not that one, but
This one.
Yep, that's
Yeah,
him.
he slid all the way down on.
He slid on his roof. It's so crazy. He had an arrow on his roof, and that's exactly what he did. He slid all the way down on the roof on that arrow.
But he was good. He was safe. Everybody, was safe. So
good to go.
And then we topped out Saturday night with a concert by the 6ix9ine Boys. So they did this little Tootsie Roll. If you were listening to music in the 90s, you must know who the 6ix9ine Boys were.
Come on, let me see Tootsie Roll.
The Tootsie Roll competitions. That was really good. There was a huge crowd for that, and they had a really good time. And then there was some other stuff kind of sprinkled in the weekend. And we had like the Shane Squatch did the Squatch games. He gave a whole bunch of little plush, little Sasquatch things out.
Yeah.
He gave out some really amazing prizes.
Big shout out to him. And I tell you what, he gave away a bunch of stuff to the kids during the bounty hole. Mm-hmm. And then he had a kind of scavenger hunt throughout the park that weekend, and the stuff that he had in those giveaway bags was really nice.
Yeah, he had some really good stuff. So that was a lot of fun. He made the event better. Also, the Filthy Animal Trail Shooters, they were so much fun. They had a group ride that had, what did they say,
120 something, over 120. I think that was the most they had so far. Also, Friday night, we had a great time. Friday night, we had over 125, I think, entries into the poker run. So that's $5 per card.
Yes.
And then the total amount given away to the winner was $625. So, hey, that was unbelievable. It was like a madhouse every time we stopped and we were trying to get all the poker cards and everybody drawing cards. But everybody enjoyed it. They lined up, had a good time talking while they were getting their cards, and man, it was a good time. It really was. And once again, Tony from the Filthy Animal Trail Shooter Group, I mean, he is always willing to help us out and was the leader of that group ride for the poker run. And then later that night, and Saturday night, they went out, and we watched them leaving out Saturday night from the stage. They had a line of people going. So that's what it's all about. Come and enjoy it. And Party in the Park is going to be unbelievable down there too. But
we'll talk about that in a minute.
We're going to talk about that a little bit more, as well as Busco coming up for this coming weekend.
And I wanted to also say thank you to everybody at the park, Scooter, to Ron, to the people that we know working behind the scenes to help keep everything's running smoothly. And Chuck, also to the guys that
a lot of work.
Also to the guys that helped us this weekend, from the Veteran Off-Road Group, to Marshall, to Brandon, to Jamie. We thank you all so much, because it definitely takes a little village to pull these events off. So we really appreciate your help. All right. So let's talk about what we got coming up this weekend, because I'm really excited about this.
All right.
So next up for us is Lake Fest, which is at Busco Beach. And this event is like one of our favorites, because 9 years ago, all of this started. All of this King of the Deep, all of this, Steve was kind of doing things here and there, just off in the woods, but like, the King of the Deep came from the OG Snorkel Race, which was in 2016 at Busco Beach at the end of July. It just rose out of just some friendly banter back and forth of a little bit of like crap talking on the internet between different riding clubs.
Y'all know how it goes. Y'all know how it is when you get out there and your friends and everybody's together talking crap about who can hit what hole, who can, typical stuff. And it hit the internet about 9 years ago.
That's right.
And, the story is history now, to say that now the owners at Busco Beach was actually one of the founding Roof Deep members. And so we had our Racks Deep ATV riders, and they had their Roof Deep off-road, UTV side-by-side riders. And it was on. We had a great time. We started talking a little junk on the internet, and of course, when you talk junk on the internet, you got to back it up, right? So, we had a good time. Shout out to John Foster and Mudman and Wayman Hudson and all those guys who really were the ones who kicked this thing off the right way many years ago, and we just ran with it from there. So
yeah. So anyway, so that is kind of
credit's due.
That's why it's special to us, is that we do have those deep roots, and that, you know, really that's where it all came from when we started this. And when we started doing the bounty racing and created the series, we toyed about other names, but we were like, let's just keep it with King of the Deep. That's where like it all kind of got going. So anyways, just a little backstory for you guys. But
hey, shout out Drake Day.
Oh,
the original King of the Deep. He won many years ago, and he's no longer with us. But I tell you what, they had a Can-Am Outlander 650 with about as much PVC pipe strapped to the top of it as they could, with everybody walking on the top and the back of it. And somehow or another, that's how they ended up winning the very first King of the Deep. And Rags Deep represented, just so that's a little bit, we got to say that for sure. So
that's right. He was so proud. That was like his claim to fame.
That was it. He was definitely proud.
Yes, that was back when 30s were big, Tom. You're right.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. He had some 32-inch MXTs or whatever those tires are, MT tires. And, man, that thing, the four-wheeler is still around, but we need to get that thing running.
But you know, though, like as things evolve and time goes by,
what's up, Rob?
Things change a little bit. So it kind of got away from like those big tall snorkels. We've done an ATV class and a side-by-side class traditionally the last several years at Busco for Lake Fest. But what it's turned into is who's going to try to skim across the pond. And they're not always successful. I don't know if you guys saw, was it last year when 24K almost went sideways?
Oh, it was a lot of the bigger bikes. Ethan did go all the way over. No, it was Hunter. I'm sorry. Don't let me confuse them. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, I mean, just a prime example is the biggest doesn't always win, and especially in those snorkel pond races. Hey, they said they can see the island all the way to the right. So the last 2 or 3 years, you have not really been able to see those islands, and we had to give buoys to guide. So it's actually lower than it has been in years past. So it should be some good racing, and there should be lots of people that are willing to sign up. There's a special.
Well, that's what I was getting to. So even though like I'm
not going to say too much.
The last few years, some of the more traditional Hondas or those bikes with big snorkels have not really necessarily felt like that they could compete with a bigger machine or a bike that could skim and things like that. So we had this conversation with Busco. We were reminiscing with them about all those years ago and these little this battle that we kind of had going on the internet. And they said, well, we should do a Honda class. We should do something for the people with the big snorkels, right?
That's right.
We were like, yeah, we should. And so they said, well, let's see what we can do. So with it being a Honda class, we called up our friend, our buddy Sid, Mr. Honda himself, over at Vessel Power Sports. And we said, hey, we got this idea. Busco kind of wants to do this. Do you want to be a part of it? And he said, yes, absolutely. Put my name on it. I'm sending you some money. Give it out to the Honda boys. And so we were able to, in addition to the $3,000 payout for the ATVs and the side-by-sides classes for the snorkel race, we were able to add another $2,000 on top of that. So $1,500 of that is going to go to the Honda only class, just like the ATVs and just like the side-by-side. So that's pretty cool. So we've got 3 classes now for the OG snorkel race. We've got the ATV class.
That's right.
The side-by-side class and the Honda class. And first place in each one of those is going to take home $1,000. For the Honda class, second place will take home the $300 and a $250 gift card to Tarachi Tires. And then third place is going to get $200. And it's only $20 to enter, you guys.
That's right. And it's not 2 runs or anything like that. It's just a flat $20. You get basically heads up, and we go pretty much bracket racing. Loser bracket. Sometimes we run loser's bracket depending on how many we have. Sometimes we don't, advance, depending on how much time we have. But the winner definitely will advance, and that is going to be a lot of money for the snorkel race. Most we've ever given away at Busco Beach at one snorkel race for this event. Yes. So they are definitely putting up some big cash. And $4,000 total from Busco Beach. So shout out to them for raising that up. And also, as she said a while ago, Vessel Power Sports, the Honda boat, the leaders in the Honda accessory game. You can't miss that. Stepping up, making sure that the Honda boys get their own class. So thanks to Busco Beach, Vessel Power Sports, and to Tarachi Tires for making all that possible for the Honda boys. And I expect to see some ridiculously tall snorkels this coming weekend.
Okay, so that takes care of. So it's basically going to be a $5,000 payout for the weekend.
Yes.
So $4,500 of it is going to be for the snorkel race, and then there's another $500 that's going home to the tallest snorkel on a Honda at Lake Fest. And this, you don't even have to like pay anything to enter. You just, if you think that you
just roll up with your gargantuan size snorkel, as long as it's functional. Let me make sure I say that. It's got to be functional. It cannot be just for looks. It's got to be functional, because I'm going to make you pull out in the water and show us that it can go under the water. Right. And I tell you right now, it's going to be a show, because Busco Beach, the Honda train rolls through Busco Beach every weekend.
That's right.
And this weekend especially, I expect to see some ridiculously cool stuff and a lot of good racing. So it doesn't matter what you're on, if it's a side-by-side or an ATV, whether it's a Honda, Can-Am, Polaris, CF Moto, I could go on and on, Kawasaki. You may race with us this weekend, or any time that we race. There's going to be guide wire strapped to the Hey, I expect to see some stripper pole class reinforcement on some of these snorkels.
If you're not bringing it like this picture of Sid right here.
If you ain't got a 25-foot snorkel, you don't even need to step off the porch. Stay on the porch. Don't go with the big dogs.
We want to see the biggest and the baddest snorkel that you can bring out there. So, so
if you didn't have to build your snorkel in the parking lot due to bridges on the way there, then you probably are not going to win. But it's got to be functional.
So the winner for that, and like we said, there's no fee for that. You just come over.
That's right.
We're going to do that right before we do the snorkel race.
That's going to be the first thing we do. We're going to be out on the pond, on the lake, and we're going to do that first. Just go ahead and get that out of the way in case somebody does flip their snorkel to Honda. They can at least maybe take that home.
So if it's a Honda, $500 will fix it for sure.
You're talking about $50 in oil and fluids and everything running.
First place, tallest snorkel on a Honda out there that is functional is going to take home $500
cash.
And then if you get second place, if yours was just a little bit too short, then you're going to get another $250 gift card to Tarachi Tires, courtesy of Mud Puppy. So we're excited. So basically, we're looking at $5,000 in cash payouts and another $500 in Tarachi gift cards going out.
$5,500 this weekend paying out to the racers at the snorkel race at Busco Beach. And you guys that are really looking for a good time, they have added a concert Saturday at 6 p.m. They're going to have the DJ starting, and then 8:30. I have gone online and looked at some of his stuff, and these guys really have a good time. They line dance. I see a lot of what I always say, grandma's grooving. They getting down, line dancing out there at his events and his concerts. So I know we're going to have a good time Saturday night cutting up.
Yeah.
So there's the schedule. $5,500 in prizes and total payouts Saturday, not to mention the water slide, the beach party, the DJ. Busco Beach always does it big for Lake Fest. And so I know that they're working on the slide, and
they've gotten a ton of floats.
They've got, we saw the floats. So they've got floats that people can use and come out there, float around, have a good time, watch the racing, listen to the music, and then enjoy the concert Saturday night at Busco Beach.
Rico's will be there. Also, I think it's Brothers Barbecue will be there. And if you've been there before, we play music too during the beach party. It's fine for kids and everything. So bring your kids out there, bring your sunscreen, bring your little floaties, your cooler. A lot of times people will bring, because it is kind of in the middle of the day when we do the races. So a lot of times people will bring their pop-up tents and kind of just set them in the water so they can get some shade. Absolutely.
You can anytime. Add on. You just let us know.
You let us know what you want to do, Hannah.
Yes, we love it. Thank you, Hannah. Anybody that would like to contribute, we're going to give it away. So
yes, Spencer, it has to be functional. I don't know if you just hopped on, but basically we've got to.
That's right, Spence.
And Yeah, and this is something good to point out. So it's
Nope.
not the snorkel measurement thing is separate than the snorkel race. So you don't have to compete in the snorkel race. You don't have to spend $20 and try to win the 1,000. If you've got that really tall snorkel, this is just a separate thing, and it could be the same person that wins.
I'll tell you this: what we're going to do is we're going to line everybody up. We're going to measure the snorkels, and then if you're in contention for first or second place, I'm going to make you at least go out, and four-wheeler's got to disappear. Snorkel's got to be, the only thing above the water, and that way we know it's functioning. So yes, it does have to work. It does have to be what I would say functional, meaning you're going to have to drive into the water and make sure the snorkel is at least the only thing above the water for me to give you the money.
Yeah, but you don't have to you don't have to race around the pond against another person.
There's no racing, nothing like that. Yes, baby Zion can enter. Strap him in.
Hannah said she's going to add $200, so that's
nice.
$700.
Shout out to Hannah. Thank you. That's awesome. So that's up to $700 for the tallest snorkel. Congratulations.
That's amazing.
To the Honda boys. They're going home with some money.
Yes, for sure. All right.
Big shout out to everybody who makes, contributions and stuff for all of our series, especially the Little Dirty Kids and these races that are just non-series events. So, if you guys can make it, let me know. Yeah, I want to support the Honda guys. Awesome. That's what I'm talking about.
That sounds good. Thank you, Hannah.
Yeah, that's what we'll do.
And let's see what else we got here. All right. So that kind of wraps up Lake Fest. Like we said, if you didn't see the memo, just so you guys know, because they added the concert, it is now considered an event weekend, which just means that you're still going to pay whatever the normal pricing is, but you're going to pay whatever day you enter through Sunday. And for the concert, and it's actually like a DJ and then two different people performing. So it's some pretty, that's
from 6 until probably about 10 o'clock, you're going to have a concert on the stage. And then from 11 until 4, we're going to be on the beach with the water slide, with the racing, with the DJ. And so from 11 until about 10 o'clock at night, Saturday, you've got something to do. And then of course you can ride anywhere all day, all night at Busco Beach. So
that's right.
Great time, great weather it looks like too. So I'm excited about this weekend. It's our home park. It's where we ride the most because I know the most trails. So I'm excited. We're gonna have a good time this weekend.
Hey Kenny, we are. Then after Lake Fest, we've got like 2 weekends off, and then we're headed back to Busco for the Daisy Dukes weekend. I don't have a flyer for that one yet, but we're doing our regular, traditional Daisy Duke contest. We talked about doing something else, kind of adding something to that. So you'll have to stay tuned and see what we come up with and what we drop on you guys. And if you've got anything you think would be cool, let us know.
Yep. Hey, the thing is that we want to do what you guys want to do, and we've kind of got some great partners at Busco Beach, Top Trails. A lot of the parks that we go to are really anxious to do what it is you guys are looking for. So, feedback and that kind of stuff is always welcome. And, that's the whole thing is we do this for the fans. We do this for our racers. We do this for our partners. And, you guys tell us what it is you want us to do, and we'll work our butts off to make it happen.
Absolutely. So that is going to be the weekend of the 15th, 16th, 17th is going to be the Daisy Dukes weekend. So we'll be back at Busco for that one. And then the following week, August 20th through 24th, we're headed back down to Talladega for Party in the Park. And so this just got released today. We're going to be doing some drag racing, barrel racing, and knockout racing. And then they've got Friday night and Saturday night concerts. So at Party in the Park. So that's going to be a huge one too for all of our Alabama family. And and I'll say, like, they're so welcoming down there. That's kind of like Busco is always going to be our home park. Don't get me wrong. Like, that's where we're rooted. That's our home park. But Alabama's like our home away from home.
I hear you, Dan Champ. Ain't no way in the world. Joseph Cordell, just for you, buddy. I tell you what, you make those big jumps look crazy good. I'll tell you that.
Listen, we're going to come to that in a second, Tom. Listen, we've still got this thing going on. How much have we raised so far? I think we're at 800.
800, if I'm not mistaken.
Of a foot race between me and Steve.
Yes.
I don't know if you know about this, Dan, but we got a little side bet going on this season about who can. Let me take this off the screen so you guys can see Steve's face. We've got this side bet over who is going to beat who on a foot race, and we're raising money. And then if Steve wins,
it wasn't a side bet. It was much like how King of the Deep started the first time. It was Katie talking junk about how she can outrun me, and my little ankles and my fat calves are not going to move fast enough.
For the Daisy Dukes.
Here we go, right there.
Let's do it. I bet Hannah would give some money to see you in Daisy Dukes too.
Hannah, you already gave up $200. No more money for Daisy Dukes. They tell you. Look, I went to the mall today and went in Levi with my daughter, and she wanted to try on some shorts, and I did. I let her try them on, and then she said, "Oh, these fit me great." And I said, "Oh, okay. How much are they?" $75 for some shorts that look like they were 30 years old and locked in an attic with moths.
Oh my! But
I mean,
did you buy them?
No. I told her I'm gonna go buy some at the Dollar Tree, and then I'm gonna run them over in the driveway for a few weeks, and then we'll wash them. And she'll be right in the game.
They'll be just like those. I got you.
Perfect.
I got you. So we'll see. We're gonna have to work on it.
$75 save.
We've got about a month to work on getting Steven some Daisy Dukes, and then I'm gonna come.
So
back.
that's $200, no joke, for me to put on some Daisy Dukes.
Yes.
I mean, hey, I raise money for a good cause. Y'all know that. I mean, I'm not afraid to humiliate myself as long as it goes to a good cause.
We have not determined how far the race distance is going to be yet.
What we have determined is the beneficiaries, though.
Well, our pastor at our church, I was telling him about it, and he said, "Well, I hope both of your charities are the church." I said, "I don't know, Mr. Frankie, but yeah." So
I'm going to win, so I can pick the church as my charity. You're going to lose, so you can. It doesn't matter who you pick.
Okay. All right. So we are going to be heading back to Party in the Park, as we said. And then after that, then we've got
the over-under on the race is what people are going to want to know soon.
I don't know.
It's based on the betting.
I don't know. I guess we'll see. We're still raising money.
We are still raising money, but hey, we're going to do it. I tell you, I've got to do it with that much money on the line.
That's right.
And now you're saying the Daisy Dukes, more money's on the line.
Yeah. Oh, we're going to get you in some shorts. We're getting you money. We're getting you.
We're going to cut off some Gator Waiter pants.
Who would pay money to not see Steve in the shorts?
Me. I get $200 right back.
Well, so
all
right. Then after Daisy Dukes and after Party in the Park, we are headed. We'll be back up. It kind of slowing down a little bit. We'll have a Busco giveaway weekend in September. Then we've got there are 2 events in October: Fall Bash at Busco Beach and the Ride for Down Syndrome at Top Trails. Then in November, we are headed down to Punta Gorda, Florida, for our Southwest Florida Takeover Series event number 7. Down in Florida. So we're really excited about that. And I think November is going to be a great time to do that. And then in December, we're looking, then basically that's it until the finale. So, and I'm going to tell you guys about that here in just a second.
Tell them.
You ready to do that?
I'm ready for that. You guys, we have worked really hard this year to put together what we feel like is, a really great variety of stops, a really great variety of holes. And, with that, it combines everything to the end of the year. And, with that, we have to find a very special partner that's willing to really put a lot of this things together. And, not just the total payout for the series and all the money that we raise throughout the year and all the work that has been done goes into that final event to make it as good as we can. And we've got just an unbelievable partner at this park. And the things that we're able to do with them is just something that we're very proud of. And, everywhere that we've gone, we have had some unbelievable partners. And we're looking forward to finishing out the rest of the year. She said, we're getting ready to go next week to Redneck Yacht Club in Punta Gorda and see what we're going to do there, really do something big and special there. Busco Beach is our next event for Fall Bash, and everybody knows that's going to be huge. Mm-hmm. We'll be there this weekend, and we're going to plan for Fall Bash on site this weekend. So we'll be talking about that a lot more coming up. but definitely the championship event is something that's going to be unbelievable. The race that we're going to put together, the holes, everything that we're going to do is going to be something that you're not going to want to miss. So without any further ado.
Yeah, I just want to say too, like we started out with 6 events and it has turned into an 8 event. So this was something beyond what, was something that we were working towards, but we were so excited to be able to pull that off. And
it is a lot. I mean, when we pitch our series, we pitch it as a 6, 7, 8 event series. So raising all the payouts and finding partners that believe in what we're doing is something that, makes us extremely humble and really proud that we have racers and fans, and our social media drives that. So, obviously when we do these lives, sharing, commenting, and all of those different things that we do means so much to us. So we appreciate everybody.
All right. You ready? Dun, dun, dun.
Without any further ado, countdown, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. We will do our series final event at Top Trails during their annual New Year's event. That is going to be December 31st, 2025 through 1/4/2026.
My bad.
Don't worry, we're not doing it all year. It's a long event. Don't worry. But no, that is what we have really been working hard for. We went down there this weekend, saw a lot of things that we could work on for that event, a lot of things that we could do to bring a really great event to that park in that area and to our racers. So we're very excited. There it is, Ron Drake. Our series championship event will be New Year's weekend. January the 3rd is the Saturday.
Yes.
And that's the day we're going to be doing our series championship event right there at Top Trails, January the 3rd.
Yep.
So, and the total payout on that event as of right now is $27,000.
Yeah. 27 and change. I don't know. I think it's 27.6 or 27.8.
27 plus a little bit more, may go up a little bit more, but right now we're at $27,800, I think is exactly what it should be. But that's going to be the series championship event.
Hey,
we still have our event coming up at Busco Beach for Fall Bash.
Number 6.
That's going to be our stop number 6. Number 7 is going to be November Redneck Yacht Club. Really excited about a new park, a new venue. They have a great spot down there for racing, and they've got, if you've ever been to Redneck Yacht Club, they have almost like an auditorium, like seating that we're going to try to do our best to use, and we're going to put on a great show for those people down there. And of course, now we've announced it. Final event is going to be at Top Trails. So big shout out to Top Trails and all of those people that really make us feel so welcome and do such a good job. We have unbelievable schedules still for the remainder of the year. Busco Beach, we're working so hard with them to put on a great event this coming weekend, and of course at Fall Bash and Daisy Dukes. So we've got a lot of great events, and we're excited.
Yeah, we are so excited. And I want to say, because there were multiple there were other parks that we had discussions with, multiple parks that we had discussions about
parks.
Being a final event, or just getting in the schedule at all. And I'm gonna tell you guys, like we obviously, that we do other events beyond just the series events, because we just enjoy doing them. We enjoy doing events, whether it's a hill climb like this past weekend, or drag races, or the snorkel race, that's why we do so many different things at the event and not just the bounty hole, because we just enjoy meeting the people, having that camaraderie. Like, we're all family out there. No matter, how much you make or what you look like.
Thanks, Ron.
And it's just, it's enjoyable for us. And so, there's a lot that we fit into our schedule. And so when we were looking at trying to kind of make this work and figuring out where we were going to go, we looked at different options. And it just, with this, adding this Florida one in November, then Thanksgiving coming up, and then obviously, family commitments right there around the holidays, it made it kind of
geographically, it made a lot of sense
Yeah.
because we want to have as many races as we can throughout that southeastern United States, so that each and every racer feels like that they're getting at least a home race or somewhere that their family can watch them come. And that's what we're really shooting for. We want to be able to at least have a couple where each racer feels like that it is beneficial for them to come and race, even maybe if it's further away, because there's going to be a couple that are close. We got you, Brian Cooper. I think those drag racing rules, we're going to release those because each event, depending on where we are, we may tweak them a little bit here or there, but I'll make sure I get you that copy here before the end of the week. Okay, man?
We'll for sure get you the classes and everything.
Yeah.
We are working on the payouts right now. We've got everything kind of locked in.
And I've got it all wrote down. I just,
I
hadn't really, we've already got it all worked out. And I'll say this big shout out to Dave Applegate. If you guys do know Dave, he runs the Southern Power Sports Drag Racing Series, and he'll be there with us that weekend. And we definitely will have some big time racing and drag bikes coming in that weekend. So we hope you guys can be there with us. We look forward to seeing y'all if you can make it, Brian.
And then Dan was asking, can we do another drag race at Top Trails? I would like to do something else that weekend too.
That would be a good one to do it. Honestly, that would be a real good one. It would be cool, obviously, and then it would be a complimentary race to go with the bounty racing. So we're going to definitely have a good chance of maybe pulling that off.
And the way that week lines up, Top Trails does all their events Wednesday through Sunday. And so that Wednesday is the 31st. I know a lot of people will, manage to get New Year's Eve off, but most people have New Year's Day off, and so then that would put Friday as the 2nd. So hopefully you guys can kind of, wiggle around your days off and kind of plan to make that a long weekend. And so if that's the case, sometimes when you do activities on Friday, it's hard for participation because people are still trying to get there after work and things like that. So I'm hoping that with it being, near the holidays, obviously it's not the weekend right after Christmas. We pushed it so that people could travel and hopefully make it. But, hopefully you guys will have some more time off work and a little bit more wiggle room and be able to come out and participate in something really cool Friday night that we put together as well. I know that they love the hill climbs there. They've also been asking for the drag racing. So that's kind of why we're doing the Party in the Park drag racing next month, because it was only just a few weeks after the hill climb that we just did this past weekend. So we like to do what you guys like to see and participate in. So definitely share your thoughts and requests with us.
All righty. Well, I'll tell you guys, we have a lot of information coming out. We're working with parks extremely hard to put together what we feel like is the most well-rounded events, and also going to represent our sponsors and our partners, make our racers as well seen as we can. So, please keep sharing and liking our social media. It's growing by leaps and bounds every day. Our TikTok is just growing by hundreds and hundreds every day. Our social media on Facebook is growing hundreds and hundreds every day. And, we didn't make a big deal out of it, but I'm going to say we just went over 82,000 on our Facebook. So, we work extremely hard to give you guys something to be seen and be proud of. So we appreciate y'all supporting it. It means the world to us. And it's been a great year. Year number 5 is just it's been everything we could hope it was.
It's so crazy though to think about how the series is going to end technically now in 2026 after that turn of the weekend, and and then that'll be it. But then I don't know, we're just kind of starting to plan our dates for next year. I've got parks that are asking me, let's lock in a date, and I'm just it's me. I'm the one who's I'm not ready to do it yet, because we were just trying to kind of figure out everything, get everything signed, sealed up and buttoned up for this year to be finished. But now it's time to start planning for next year and scheduling those things. So I don't know what kind of turnaround we're going to have, but I do not anticipate it to be more than a couple of months. So we're going to have to be getting some information you guys out about next year, probably before this year's actually over.
Yes, of course.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we're excited. We're going to do something big. I'm sure that there's going to be fireworks. There's going to be, we're going to put together a bunch of really cool stuff like for that pretty much probably every night that weekend.
It's going to be something that weekend big. But yeah, Ron, what we were thinking is New Year's is a Thursday, and then most people, because it's right there in the holidays, will still get that weekend off. So hopefully, you guys enjoy the holidays, enjoy the time with your family, and then the first, instead of you guys going home, you guys head on down to Top Trails.
Yeah. Yep. And I'm gonna we'll figure all that out. But
so if I'm not mistaken, Ron, I think that we haven't said anything about it, but
I didn't make a slide.
It's okay.
I didn't make a slide, y'all, but we have something really exciting.
We do have something that we've been waiting to the end of the video to talk about. Ron, I know this will be interesting to you. But we've had wrote down and had added some not classes, but
it's in my book.
Some awards for the end of the year.
So let's talk about awards. Mr. Drake, are you still here? Foam party in a bunker. That would be fun.
That would be fun. Who said that?
Rachel. Yes. So we're talking about the awards. Can't figure out where I wrote
We have really been talking about what we can do, or at least something that we can do to be a little different, do something, and everybody can acknowledge the winner, who's got the most series points and some of those things. And we will, those people will still get Bogger of the Year, which
that's where I wrote it.
The person that has the most overall points will get Bogger of the Year every year, and that's not going to change. But we have added some awards that we feel like we would like to start.
I'll let you talk about
this year.
You can talk about that one, and I'll talk about the other one.
So we're going to add a Rookie of the Year. So the Rookie of the Year will be someone that has raced in 2 or less King of the Deep races in previous series years. So if they raced in 2 last year, 1 the year before, then last year, the year prior is the year that we're looking for. Really.
We're still ironing out the details, and we'll get all that posted up. But that's the
what
idea
we're gonna
is. That's the
so
idea.
basically
the idea here.
The idea is that the Rookie of the Year is someone that has raced less than 2 times the year before. So if you've raced in 3 or 4 King of the Deep races in the last year, then you're not going to be qualified for Rookie of the
Ashley
Year.
Says there should be an award for most family members racing.
There should be an award for youngest family member to have raced. I'm sure you're in the running for that too. We could just make up a lot of them if you want to. Oldest family member to race too.
That's right.
Yeah. Who traveled the most miles this year? I mean, we'll just go ahead and throw a bunch of them against the wall. Why not? Doesn't hurt.
So we've got our regular, obviously points winners at the season finale. We'll have the Bogger of the Year. We'll have the Rookie of the Year. And then I wanted to do an award that is more about like your sportsmanship and not necessarily
a numbers-based award.
It could, it may be for somebody who's podiumed a lot, or it may not. The wins don't really have as much to do with this award, and so we were going to call it either the Golden or the Iron Knight Award, and base it with the theme of that being, kings and knights. And stop making a face. And anyways, and so this award is going to be for someone who has shown a lot of amazing character and sportsmanship in the bounty racing.
Iron Knight.
And I can already think of some people that come to my mind, and they are people that maybe have not podiumed as much, but they always have such a amazing spirit and great attitude, supporting their teammates and people that they race with. And
I think what we'll do is we'll get some nominations, and we'll go about getting that figured out. But that's the Iron Knight Award for Mr. Congeniality. It might be Miss Congeniality, but that's what I called it. I was laughing about it when she came out with it. But
I like it.
I think it's a great thing to award somebody that has great character, that contributes, and shows a good attitude and sportsmanship. So,
right, and that doesn't get down. We all have our days. Well, I say we, I'm not a racer, but you guys all have your days where your machines are not running like they should be, and then you have the days where they're dialed in a little bit better. But there are people who come and they get this close and this close and this close, but they never quite seal the deal. But they come back every time, with a great attitude. And I don't want to say any names, but I just think that there should be some recognition for the people that show that grit and that perseverance and really show such good sportsmanship, because you guys, we are racing alongside these little kids now, especially, and they're looking up to the racers. And why are you laughing?
I'm laughing at Rachel's comment.
And so it's just,
I just can't hide it, Rachel.
it means a lot to me, the way that the racers carry themselves. And so I want to recognize that and reward that this year.
I love it. So we're going to add some awards this year. And I'll tell y'all, we're going to have so many trophies to bring to Top Trails this year that we're going to probably have to rent a U-Haul. I'm going to probably have to rent something just to get all these trophies down there.
It's a lot. It's going to be a lot of
There's
trophies.
a lot of trophies.
Yes.
Last year, that table that we made a picture of last year, it's going to be twice that many trophies this year for our series championship event. So we're proud that we were able to have so many people support us and add in the classes that we've got. You know, we added the Honda classes. We've added the women's class. And, you know, of course, the Little Dirty Kids are still going strong and growing at every event. So we've got a lot of cool things we're going to try to do. And I'm not going to give too much of it away, but, you know, we couldn't do this without so many people calling us and giving us input. And, you know, sometimes I am busy and sometimes I've got a lot going on. And so I may not be able to give, you know, everybody the time and attention and everything, but I definitely appreciate the support and the input. So we are looking forward to it. So
yes, the only problem now is we need to figure out how to get more than 52 weeks in a year, because next year, with what we have planned for what we'd like to do for the series, for bounty holes, and then other things that people are pitching and, you know, asking us to be a part of, it is overwhelming.
it's okay.
But we're gonna pull it off like we always do. So, and we can't wait to tell you guys all about it.
Well, hey, once again, shout out to all of those people that are contributing to this weekend's event. Our sponsors at King of the Deep, and of course, Vessel Power Sports and Tarachi Tires for sweetening up the deal. And as always, Busco Beach for having us come and putting on these events. You know, a lot of these parks, guys, they don't have to do these events. They could just, you know, take money every weekend, open their gates, and, you know, they would be able to, you know, survive and have a good park regardless. And, you know, they do these things because they know that people enjoy it and that they have a good time, and that you guys really, in the long run, appreciate it. And I know how much we appreciate it. So thank y'all.
Thank you, guys. Hope you all have a good night. Thank you to our sponsors, and we will catch you guys at Busco Beach this week.
See ya.